Alright, everybody. Welcome to the first session. I am your DM. I am Aseroth, otherwise known as Donald. And I am joined today by 4 people. And they're going to introduce themselves and the characters they are going to be playing. Go ahead.
I'm Luna Raja, and I play Honor.
I'm Lady in Grey, and I play Alara.
I'm Ken, and I'll be playing Pitch Black.
I'm Sharshen, and I will be playing Minimus.
Alrighty. Now, for the record, everybody here except for me is new to YouTube, so things are going to be a little awkward. It's me. It's always going to be awkward. This is a completely homebrew map and world. Just for disclaimer, we are using 5th edition rules with some alterations. We are not using full AL legal rules. For instance, no treasure points. People will be looting. So make sure you search dead bodies.
Woo!
But we will be using the checkpoint system because I kind of prefer it at the moment. There will also be some house rules as well that will be implemented. It's not going to be a huge thing. It's just stuff that might make combat or other things a little bit more interesting. It might change later on. Anyway, let's get started with the introduction to the world. Unfortunately, I don't have any music to kind of go with the background, but it's going to take a bit to get everything set up because I work 12 hours a day. It's the real job that doesn't pay enough. Anyway, welcome. I make less than minimum wage. Screw you.
Don't complain. Nobody wants to hear that.
Welcome, Atheros, a world filled with magic and adventure. In this world, everybody can use magic, even if just a little bit. From barbarians to nobles, it is a common ability granted to us by a baptism of blood. Our gods, great beings that walk this earth, take the form of mighty dragons, and each rule over their own sections of land. Some rule over vast portions of the seas, while others only a small number of islands. Some rule large or small portions of the continents, and others the floating islands in the skies. These dragon gods every year give a portion of their blood to the lands to baptize their children, us lesser races, both to give and to limit the power of those born in their lands. Most of our gods give ruling power to the people, but some, like the high god Bahamut, rule their lands personally. Those people in power, however, are known as Dragonborn, races reborn under the power of the gods, or crossbreeds, born and bred to rule or fight. Seen as demigods, they are respected, feared, and even worshipped as messiahs. While war between lands is rare, it can happen. However, most are petty land squabbles in the smaller nations, and rarely last longer than a few days. We begin our tale in the capital of a small country. Adventurers being called for a simple, yet possibly dangerous job by a merchant. While details of the job are mostly unknown, it's known to pay decently. You adventurers, fresh from completing your first trial of your noble classes, enter a tavern where you were told is the meetup point for the job you accepted. We start off down over here in Atlantis, the capital of Veridin, the trade capital of the world. You guys are in a high-end tavern as you enter. It's very... You don't see too many people that look like they belong to lower classes. There's music playing in the background. It's very high end, as to say, with people on a stage singing, dancing, and playing music. How are you guys entering the tavern? Let's see what you guys got.
Let's see. What entering the tavern? I assume these doors are not quite made for somebody of my stature, so
You have a little trouble reaching the handle, yes.
I'll have to force the door open with my shoulder and stroll in, confident, not being seen most likely, and wander around trying to figure out if there's a table somewhere around here that isn't above my head.
There really isn't, but there are chairs that would be easy for you to get into. While the door may not be set for someone of your size, they do accommodate for several different races. There are chairs that are much bigger than normal, and there are chairs that have an extra step for shorter people to get into.
Ooh.
It's a trade capital, and they're high end. They don't want to be rude.
Well, nevertheless, the individual that is supposed to be meeting them here, we're supposed to be meeting somebody here.
Yes.
I start wandering around, just looking to see if I can spot the person from the doorway as I head to the main counter.
Give me a perception check.
Oh yeah, they have that, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Perception. I don't have that. 12.
From where you are, it's a little hard to make out, but by a door that's closer to the stage, you see a man standing there. He's very well, like, shaven, kept, and he's in what you would assume a butler would be wearing, and looking around for someone. He spots you, and he waves you over, seeing as you would not normally be one of the people that would enter a place like this.
He sees him, gives him a quick grin, a wave, and then holds up a finger and says, "1 minute," and then heads over to the barkeep to order an ale first.
All right, the barkeep is an older, stout man, short. He's got gray and black hair. He's got a beard, not that long. Seems like a little bit where it's gray, singed a bit.
Excuse me. Hey, down here.
Ah, who's that? Oh, you're a little short one, aren't you?
No, I'm quite tall, thank you.
Well, even to a dwarf,
I'd
they're
like
kinda
an
short.
ale, please.
Ah, you'd like an ale? Well, do you have a preference? And I assume you don't want a full pint.
Why would you assume that?
Well, small stature, you don't want to get drunk.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Alrighty, well then it's a full pint it is. Do you have a preference on your strength of ale?
What is the variation in price?
They range a bit from a few silver to a gold.
Few silver it is.
Alright, he slides you over a pint of what seems to be a very thick ale. It's almost like
Ooh.
almost like
Do
eating
you
a
have a
breakfast.
spoon?
You don't need a spoon. You just drink it,
Are
half
you
pint.
sure? I think I could tilt this on its side and it wouldn't slip out.
Are you questioning my ability to give you a brew?
He starts laughing. He says, "No, I'm just teasing you. Thank you very much. And here's your coins."
Oh, thank you very much, and I'll probably be seeing you later.
Maybe if you look down. He waves and then starts heading off towards the table where the guy hailed him over.
You're going over to a door.
To a door? Or did
To
you
a
slip
door.
into the door?
No, he's standing
Oh.
by a door.
Okay.
What's everybody else doing?
There's a robed black figure, like standing outside the door to the inn. He seems rather hesitant, but after a while, he does make his way into the place. Seems to be about 7 foot tall, and just like the robes are basically covering every part of his body, and it seems like they're weird. Like he seems to have something under the hood that seems like maybe horns, and then there's like something on his back. But after a while, he steps inside the building, and after a moment, after like seeming like again more hesitation, he eventually takes off the hood, and you see a bird face, like an Aarakocra. He eventually looks around to see, try to find the person that he was meant to find in this place.
Perception check. Yeah, perception check. You seem a little lost. You can't seem to notice the people, or the guy you're looking for over some other people. There are some tall people in here, and they just seem to be getting in your way just at the right time. However, you almost trip over a chair. I actually need to check something. What kind of checks do we have here? Yeah, there's no tumble check, so, yeah, I'll just say you stumble a bit. More eyes are on you. You are a little weird looking for some of these people, even compared to a halfling or a tiefling.
Yep, and when I hit the chair, it probably makes a lot louder sound than it probably should have.
Yeah, there's a few people staring and giving you a weird eyebrow. But, however, a man whistles at you to get your attention, and he waves you over. Kind of a stoic look on his face.
I head over to that person, and I put the hood back over myself.
He beckons you inside as he beckoned Minimus inside. Lady, Lunar?
I'm going last.
Okay.
That's fair.
They're out front arguing with each other who gets to go in last. No, you go. No, they're trying to push each other.
Ane enters the Ane will look around the door just to be safe and keep an eye out before she enters, keeping a smile on her face and pulling her hood down as she enters.
There's a few people that look at you just as you pull down your hood. Just people that are close by, and they kind of seem drawn to your eyes, but they don't stare too long.
Anyone that meets Ane's eyes gets a smile. She's just kind of happy.
Alright. Give me a perception as well. Ooh, nice. As you walk through, you notice, obviously, the bartender, obviously a dwarf at this point. On the stage, you, oh my god. I should not be drinking Coke Zero this early in the morning. On the stage, you notice the dancers. There's different people, different races. There's two people that catch your eye. They look human. One has crimson hair. The other one has platinum hair. Very shiny platinum hair. And they seem to be the ones currently singing. You also notice by the stage as well, the man that's dressed up like a butler. And he's obviously the one you were looking for, as he beckons you over as well, unless you want to go grab a drink like somebody else.
I note everything you've told me, or Ane does, and then she'll start approaching the Nan, taking in anything that she can because she just exploring.
All right. He looks at you. He notices some of your features. He bows slightly and beckons you inside.
Ane will enter and take in the other two in the room.
You notice the very tall man and the very short man. How you react to that is up to you.
Currently sitting on some stool with both hands around the mug. Can't see his face because the mug's about as big as his head.
You see the hooded figure just kind of like sitting in a corner, just kind of not just laying, sitting there completely inert, like unmoving, like it's almost surreal, like how just not like a single bit of movement, like a statue or a
Construct that hasn't been given orders.
Sure, like that.
All right, and the last person to be in the tavern could already be there, could be entering. We don't know. Oh, stealth. And you're rolling against a few people.
Basically rolling against anybody that everybody's passives.
So in a dark corner next to the stage.
A lot of people do not notice you. They are oblivious, captivated by the music, the singers, the dances. Standing by the stage. How shall you take this?
I'm kind of in the dark, watching all of the people that the butler man kind of signals, observing them and what they're doing, where they're going.
Ugh,
Wasn't sure if you
I
cut
don't
out
think
there.
this stuff is any good.
I'm guessing you're entering the room as well, and we will be getting back to your poor taste in ale.
I gradually approach the man and nod at him as I go by, and then into.
He raises an eyebrow at you, but he lets you pass as well. Now that everybody is in the room, it sort of seems a little empty at the moment, just the four of you. The man you are supposed to be meeting does not seem to be in there yet, but as everybody gathers up, a man walks in from another door. He is... he is clearly human. Not tall. He's about 5'7". He has short brown hair, a bit of a bigger nose, and he stands at the table, looking at all of you. He's definitely a merchant from his outfits. He has a signet ring that actually signals him as one of the higher-end merchants in the town. Thank you all for coming and accepting my posted job. Before we start, I would like to say this won't be easy, but save your questions until the end. We will be heading to a town just by Two's Lake. We are trading with another merchant in the village. It will take about a day and a half for you to get there, but if you stick to the main road, there won't be any problems. You're getting paid well for this. 80 gold total, just to split between the four of you. He takes in every one of your appearance, notices the one drinking, doesn't really say much, smiles at the two women, and he sees Pitch and kind of raises an eyebrow. It's like, did somebody bring a construct here? He seems unmoving. Is he okay?
I raise my hand. He'll be fine.
At this point, Pitch takes off his hood again, and it's the Aarakocra face. But I forgot to mention else. It looks like the Aarakocra has this horned helm on, though the horns seem a little too large and unwieldy. But no, and he says in a gravelly voice, I'm not construct. I'm just the bird person.
I do apologize. Uh, is there any questions you have for this quest? It is very simple, but as I said, it could be a little dangerous. You're just going to be going with one wagon. It is a larger wagon, but it needs protecting.
Will we be provided meals on the journey, or do we need to provide them for ourselves?
There will be some meals that will be cooked while you guys are camping. When you are at the village, you will have to provide for your own lodgings. However, while you are here today and when you get back, I will be paying for your food and lodgings. Started going a bit French. That was weird.
Excuse me.
I heard that, yeah.
Oh, it's really good beer. Is it beer or is it ale?
It's ale.
I can never tell the difference.
You are drinking ale. It's a very good ale. It's like eating a breakfast. I love having one in the morning.
Huh. Not bad, not bad. It's definitely chewy. So when do we leave?
You will be leaving tomorrow, very early in the morning. I know I had that written down here somewhere, but that was it. You'll be leaving at 8 a.m. Do not be late. And if you take longer than 4 days, there will be a deduction on your reward, but it should not take that long.
So how long does it take to get to Two Lakes and back?
Where you guys will be going, it takes about a day and a half.
Okay. Do we have to sign some charter or something?
No, no, no. I will remember your faces and I will pay you. You have my word as Kaz. I am head of these supermarkets. I have places everywhere. You have my word. Why do I keep going French?
That's a good question. I am not familiar with the
With the French.
Oh, you could have just gone with it and I wouldn't have figured it out.
I was trying to do the merchant from Fable, but it kind of kept slipping out. And I know you're wearing a mask, but you can kind of tell from your figure that you're female.
Huh. Well, I just kind of scratch his head well, that's unusual. Hops off of the stool. He says, then, I guess,
You guys have
see you in the morning.
Yes, I will. I will see you in the morning, but you guys have very luxurious rooms available for you. They are paid for. However, any extra services beside the room, you will have to pay because I do not know what your needs are.
Gotcha. No worries. My needs right now is to go make sure that my armor is up to spec. Thank you, sir. Talk to you in the morning.
You are very welcome, and I will see you in the morning.
He strolls out of the place, still only about waist high to most people.
Pitch will probably be following right behind you. He's going to go back into the main room where the singing was, and he's just going to find a place to sit down by himself and listen to the singing. And when his hour is up, he's going to go up to his room, and then he won't come back down until the next day.
He strolls out of the room. You ever see that stride where the feet and body kind of sort of leans back like they're walking in a really heavy wind, and it's at their back, and they can just kind of sort of lean into it?
I was gonna say strolling like a baller, but yeah, that works too.
Sure, that. He strolls out of the inn with purpose and confidence.
Alrighty. The man leaves as well. He is going back to tend to his shop. It's not late. The sun's still up, but it is setting. So you guys have time to do whatever it is you feel like you want to do. If you want to sit around, have a meal here, your first meal and your breakfast will be paid for.
Yeah, he is just going to go through and stroll through town and acquire necessary gear for the trip. In short, he's buying his starting equipment,
Okay.
getting his head set and square.
I stop the man before he completely leaves.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I kind of lean in close, with my masked face. I kind of wait for the others to leave. Don Gumar thanks you for your patronage. And then I hand him basically a sealed scroll with the guild insignia on it.
He takes the scroll and opens it up to read what is inside.
It's basically the contract through the guild, signed in the name of the agent they sent.
Ah, yes. You're very welcome. I will do what I can, but I cannot promise anything. I just have the information that I told them.
I nod, and then head back out and straight upstairs to my room.
Alrighty.
Ane will leave and actually go explore the town a little bit.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you are going to be looking for as well, or just sightseeing?
Just sightseeing in general, seeing it around. She travels, so she likes picking up stories to pass on.
Okay. As you guys, Ane and Minimus, I wanted to call you Millennium, go through the town, you see that despite smaller towns, which is something you're more used to, a city like this has lights that are not lit by flame. They seem to be a stone or glass that is glowing as the sun goes down. Poles that have no access to them to turn them on, but there is a low hum. And anybody who is even slightly attuned to magic will be able to feel a slight power running up those poles to the lights. It is a very advanced town, as it is the trading capital. They have technology that a lot of people do not have access to.
Huh. That's curious.
That being said, this is still not as advanced as the rumors of the other capital of Bowen. You hear that the magic there is very advanced, but unless you have been there yourself, you don't really know too much about it.
Excuse me, Mr. Merchant Guy.
Yes, how can I help you?
I'm curious about those little posty things with a glowing orb thing on the top.
Yes, the lights. What about them?
Do they have those in portable versions?
No, unfortunately, anything portable like this is very expensive, and even at, say, one of my shops, it would run you several platinum.
For a portable one?
For a portable one, yes, it is.
How much light would the portable one? How much is that, like, in comparison to like a lamp or a torch or something?
Well, it depends on which one you buy. There are some that they do not admit as much light as a torch or a lamp. They are more for, say, reading in the dark. There are some that are so bright they could blind somebody if turned on in a pitch black room for quite a while. It's almost like the sun is being lit up inside of a small room. It's astounding.
Nah, it's not what I'm looking for. Portable one, several platinum.
Yes, the magic required to run one is very expensive to make, and the casing itself is made out of a material that's almost impossible to break, which is why it is so expensive.
Fair enough. And you say that you can get one that would like function as the equivalent of, say, a torch or lantern?
Yes, there's several that work like that. They also can dim or be brightened up, depending on your needs.
He just kind of rubs his chin. He's like, thanks.
Oh,
I'll have to keep that in mind.
You're very welcome.
Now, leather worker. Where's that shop?
Yes, leather worker. There is one over there. There is another one not too far away as well. There's also one that shares a shop with a blacksmith.
Okay, that sounds like real convenient. Short legs and all of that. Which way is that?
It is to the north, just about a 7-minute walk for you.
Okay, 14 minutes. Gotcha. I'll be right. Thank you for your time.
You're very
Good
welcome.
luck on selling your flashlights.
Oh, that is an interesting name. I do like that. I might take that.
Well, you said they flash, right? You can blind people with it?
Well, if you turn it on at the right time, but you could potentially set it to flash if you set it up right. Ooh, maybe
He just kind of raises
strobe.
one eyebrow and then grins.
You are giving
I
me...
gotta go.
Okay, you're giving me some good ideas.
See ya. He starts moseying.
Okay. Pitch, give me a perception check while you still have your disguise self on. And nobody really notices you at this point. There are actually 2 or 3 bird people of different... Oh, boy, that's going down. Different types. There are ones that are almost your size. There's actually one of them is a little smaller with blue in color, but nobody really pays much attention to you at this point.
Pitch is rather happy about that. He's like he's alone by himself and he's just listening to the wonderful music.
The music is actually very good from what you can hear. It's different. It's while you may have heard lots of different stuff. There's almost some magic about this. Something that a normal person wouldn't be able to really do with their words. Not bardic in nature. It's just strange, but it feels calming and soothing.
Wow, a lot of tall people in this damn village.
Yeah, there are a lot of tall people, but you do happen to notice there are actually several halflings and other shorter races walking around as well. There's even some running some shops that you pass by.
Oh, I'll stop in just for social reasons.
They kind of give you a look and they welcome you. It's like, you are an adventurer. You are definitely not from around here. Is there something I can help you with?
Honestly, I've been wandering around this town all morning, and all I'm seeing is needs. I felt a need for some face-to-face time with some people.
Oh, fair enough.
And just idle conversation, chat. How's things? You know.
Oh, good. Where are you from?
Over there.
Over there. It's very, very odd. Are you one of the forest halflings, or are you more of an islander?
Stout, my friend, stout. Gladiator by trade.
Ah, very interesting. That would
Yeah, it's more for show, I guess.
then have you visited the Maw Arena?
Not recently. Is that here?
It is south of here, actually. It is in the Maw.
Then maybe I have.
Have you partaken in any combats? It is very tough from what I hear. They have... Their champion has done quite a bit there. He's very famous. Very odd name, though. He just... It's almost like he can't talk. He just keeps asking for alcohol. Just keeps saying grog. What's grog?
Grog?
Yeah.
Grog.
Yeah, it's...
Grog.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Nope, I can't say that I fought him. Can't say that I know him. Doesn't sound like I know that place at all, to be completely honest with you.
It's actually very nice place. I've been there once to watch a match. It's built into the cliff. It's almost like you're sitting in the mouth of a dragon on the edge of the land, and the view is beautiful. The tides there as well. The highest in the land. They get so high that you could just be sitting on the ground when it's out, and by the time the tide comes back in, you would not be able to swim back to the surface in time, or you would drown. It's quite amazing.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not fond of tides. To be completely honest with you, I'm not particularly fond with waves either.
I don't blame you. A wave would knock all of us on our ass.
You got it. Gives him a thumbs up. And, so what is it that you sell here? What kind of stuff did you got?
I actually sell potions. I am an alchemist.
Now that is interesting. What kind of potions and what kind of prices do we have here? What's the name of your shop, good sir? I might have to return at some point. That's an interesting name.
Fuck you for asking me to do a name. Come on. Well, for potions, I sell... At the moment, I do have some lesser healing potions. I have, obviously, some alchemist fire. You can't go wrong with a bit of fire. I also
Unless you're a
have...
troll?
Well, that is true, but trolls don't come over here that often. They...
Well, no, not with all that alchemist fire. I would expect not.
Well...
Be foolish.
They prefer to actually stay over either in the mountains or in the northern forests. Luckily, our god keeps them from getting too close, as there is quite a few hordes of them in Varadin. Yes. But they...
Makes exaggerated, disgusted faces.
They fear Lantis's ability, despite the fact that he is a water dragon. But you do not want to be under his breath. It's almost like being burnt alive by his breath. It's astounding. I've seen it in action.
Hey, dragon's a dragon. Don't mess with them. It's just a rule of thumb.
That is true. Even their cousins that most dragons do not like, those wyverns and the lessers.
So cost, my good man.
The
For a simple healing potion, what kind of cost are you talking about?
The cost is standard as almost any other shop you'll be able to get. The only other place where you'll be able to find a better price, unfortunately, is at Kaz. However, while he is selling quite a bit, you will not get the same quality as you will get here. The taste is kind of off. I make sure that the potions that you have to drink will not make you throw it back up.
And that would be a really good idea, especially if it's a healing potion. That would be bad business.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to find the price of potions.
50 to 100.
Okay, so healing potions are generally like the minor healing potions are 50, right? That hasn't changed.
52. It depends on location, but yeah, 50 to 100 gold is standard.
Okay. Then yes, I have some potions here. They're 50 a bottle. However, if you buy several, I can give you a discount. I know it's a little expensive for starting adventurers. Depending on how many you buy, I may also throw in a shield potion as well.
Well, to be fair, my good man, as you know, as you've already summarized, starting adventurer, though knowing where to go for future purchases is, what I was kind of looking for. Don't you worry, though. If I need to buy potions, you'll be the first person that I come to.
Yes. Yes, just make sure you come back to Laria Alchemy.
Laria Alchemy.
I'll type it out later.
Thank you. Allies and organizations.
Yes. So we have Ani browsing the city, just exploring. Pitch is enjoying the music while his spell is still in effect. Lady, what are you doing right now?
Setting up traps and shit in my room.
I actually like that. Which one? Hang on. Pull yours up for a second. I want to say that would be sleight of hand for setting up traps, wouldn't it?
No, that would be most likely the same tools you would use for disarming a trap, so thieves' tools.
Alright, give me a few...
wow.
Yeah, give me a 2 thieves' tools check. We'll say that'll cover several traps. The first one... Oh, you don't like the looks of that. You think like even just like a small little vibration could set that one off. The other ones, though, they're set up kind of nicely. They're over by your window. They will go off if somebody tries to break in as intended. The other ones, you might accidentally set them off just by breathing on them.
I just kind of sigh, annoyed, and take those ones down and grab a chair and just prop it under the door.
Okay.
Then I start taking out my assorted hidden knives and sharpening stone and just kind of start working.
Okay. Annie, is there anything you want to do while you're in the town?
I'm gonna seek out to find some herb shops to replenish my stock if I need.
Okay, there actually are a few. There is one that catches your eye. It's made entirely out of wood and stone. There is absolutely no metal, but some of the stone is black. It's more where they do the grinding of the herbs, but it almost looks like metal, but a keen eye would be able to tell you it is not. But it is run by a druid. It's an elderly lady. She has bark on her skin. Her hair is a little mossy. She seems perfectly content as she is, and she's smiling happily. as she grinds away at some herbs.
Ani's gonna enter the shop.
She hears you enter the shop, and she looks at you and says, "Ah, welcome! Welcome! Yes! Just one moment." She, moves to, go to the counter. She kind of shuffles over a bit. The pestle and mortar falls to the ground and just... It's okay. Some of the herbs spill out, but she's not too worried about it. She shuffles over. She's got a wooden cane that she uses to help her walk. She says, yes, what can I do for you?
Good evening, good madam. May I get your name?
Yes, I'm, fucking people with names. I wish I was better at them. Curie! My name is Curie, yes. Yes, how can I help you?
I am new in town, and I was just wondering about any of the shops and stuff. I couldn't help but come in yours. I haven't seen many that don't use me.
Yeah, I gotta do that next time for next week. I'm gonna get someone to help me with names, too.
You want a chart?
I'll just do it up in somewhere else, and I'll have like stuff there. It's just I can't name anything. I can create a whole world, as you can see. You asked me to come up with a name, and I'm just like, ugh.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Shut up. Yes. As I cannot. I don't like metal things, but I am here because there is very good business. I actually grew up here, but just outside of town, just outside of town. But everything in here is either stone or wood. Very expensive stuff, though. Yes, the equipment, but the herbs they're very cheap. I promise you that. I don't overcharge. It's the land's bounty, and I want to give it fairly back.
I understand. I've traveled far, and I don't see many druids in cities. I can understand needing to make money.
Yes, it's very hard in the economy over here, but I do like it. I heal people, and I introduce them to better ways of living. Granted, they still use metal and destroy the land at times, but we have
Can't
some...
win them all so quickly.
No, that's very true. I don't blame them, and our gods are very good at helping restore the land as well. We don't lose too many forests anymore, not since the druids complained. Yes. What can I get for you?
Just general things so I can possibly use my herbalism kit.
Yes, I actually have a very cheap refill on a herbalism kit. Just it's a standard price. No need to worry too much. I was going to definitely need to find my chart again for prices. I had one and I lost it.
I got it.
Okay. Yes. Let me just get it. Is there anything special you would like prepared? Anything for certain afflictions? We don't usually deal with them over here, but I have herbs that will counteract vampirism and lycanthropy if need be. Yes.
I'm about to be taking a trip out to Two Lakes. Anything you'd recommend?
Oh, Two Lakes. It's very. Well, there's the snakes, poisonous, as with almost everywhere. The herbalism kit should be able to take care of it mostly, but I can give you a special blend for taking care of poisons. As long as you apply it quickly, it will work. But yes, let me just go get some. And she shuffles over to the back and grabs some unground herbs, and she tries to bend over to pick up the pestle and mortar that she dropped, and she's having a little bit of trouble. Can't really reach it. She's like, "Oh, darn it! I wish I hadn't dropped this. It's so hard to pick up. It's so heavy."
Ane will move over and pick it up.
As you pick it up, you notice with the black color, and it's very smooth. However, for its size, it's not even all that big. You can hold it with two hands, and it's almost, it's just a small pestle and mortar, but it's surprisingly heavy. Almost feels like you're lifting up steel or iron for something about this size. But as you pick it up and you put it on the table, it's not metal, as you can tell. You didn't feel any ill effects from touching it. Oh, yes, thank you very much. This cost me quite a bit. It's near unbreakable, and it's very good. The weight of the weight is very good for grinding up with my older hands. I can hold it, but hard to grind with the lighter stuff. Thank you very much. And she cleans out what was in there, puts it on a small wooden tray, and starts grinding up a special herb for poisons, as well as getting a herbalism kit prepared for you as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're very welcome. It's five gold for everything for helping me. Thank you very much. It's nice to see someone so kind and willing to help without even being asked. Thank you very much.
Ane will hand over the 5 gold.
She takes it with a cloth in her hand, with a cloth, and says, "Thank you." And she puts it over on a underneath the table where she greeted you before. Yes, can't touch the metal. Can't touch metal.
Yes, it does become a problem in trading.
Yes, it does, unfortunately, but nobody wants to trade in stone. It's not really worth anything, unfortunately. But yes, thank you.
Gems are always an option, though. Those are not too harmful.
No, that's true, but gems are always more expensive, and I fear the inflation that would be caused because of using that as trading. It's not, no. As much as I would like it, and they're so pretty, but it would make it almost impossible for someone like me to live. I just use a cloth, and it's good. Oh, you used the wrong throw. That's adorable.
Who?
You did.
Through?
Yeah.
Also used the wrong name.
Yeah, I used the wrong name too, but THROUGH is.
Don't even ask me to remember how to spell something, dude. I told you I'm dyslexic. I will not remember.
I am dyslexic too, but you sounds like you're throwing yourself through the market.
I am. He's really tiny.
You're picking yourself up by your shirt and pants like, and just rolling. And someone says, "Hey, that's how he rolls." Also, Lunar, give me a perception and wisdom check. Yeah, no, you take in a lot of the sights, but there's just something in the back of your mind. It's not really bugging you. It's just you notice something. Can't remember what you noticed. The sun is almost fully set. The streets have been lit up It's not blinding. It's not like, as you would see here with street lamps, overpowering. The light is there just to make sure everything is illuminated and things can be seen, but you can still see the night sky very well. It's almost as if you're in pitch black when you look up, and you can see stars and gaseous clouds up there. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Things start quieting down now as well, and if you are closer to the port, you can actually hear the sounds of the ocean, light waves crashing against the docks and the boats. It's getting almost serene in how quiet it gets, but there are still quite a few people moving around. A lot of people don't like being out at night just because they prefer to sleep, and besides some guards and a few places to eat, everything pretty much shuts down once it gets at around 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, once Ane has put her herbalism kit in the pouch on her hip, she is going to head back and get some sleep in the room.
Okay. There is the tavern that you guys are staying at. There's not as many people there anymore. However, the people that were playing music before are still there. They took a bit of a break, and they are back to singing and dancing. They usually play until late, just to entertain those that still need a little bit more time before they have to go. Some of the guards, late workers for the restaurants and so forth. And there's actually still some meals cooking. Smells quite delicious, wafting from the kitchen. You can tell there's different things being cooked. There's meat. There's like lots of meat being cooked. You can tell there's some fish. It's not overpowering, but it has a nice sea smell to it that's mixing with some of the beef and chicken that is being cooked. It's almost making your mouth water as you enter back into the tavern. For those who enter back into the tavern.
Side note, what was the name of the herbalism shop I went into?
I hate you. It is Madame
Happy
Curie's. It is Madame Curie's herbalism. And don't worry, she's not going to die of radiation poisoning.
And the tavern name?
It is named after the god and the city, but it is Lantius Dragon. Very high end. Guy has no naming sense. It's almost like it's me that named it. As you walk back in, however, the bartender waves at you and greets you, welcoming you back, and he has a key for your room. And he gave a key to names are done. Alara and Pitch as well before they went up to their rooms.
Can you say that again?
Oh, I was just saying. Before you went up to your room, you were given a key by the bartender, and same with Pitch.
Okay.
You know what? Next campaign I'm doing, I'm just naming it everything Marklar. You guys have to deal with it. Every person, every place, Marklar.
Marklar.
Yes, I am Marklar, and this is Marklar. Is that Marklar? No, that's not Marklar. That's Marklar.
Oh, I get it.
I actually stole it from South Park, so I can't take any credit.
I know. I remember that one.
So is anybody staying down to eat before they go to bed?
Minimus will eventually come back, loaded down with new gear, and yeah, stops to get a bite to eat before going up to get some rest. And before he gets some rest, he's going to set about and double check and triple check all of his stuff, make sure it is that which needs to be oiled is oiled, that which needs to be tended is tended, and yeah, eventually goes to bed, barring any interruptions. He does lock his door.
Alrighty.
I grabbed food before I went up.
Okay. As you guys come back down to get your food, go in and it's adorable. All that. Give me perception checks.
Everyone?
Everyone who goes downstairs to get food before heading back to bed. Yes.
Pitch does not come back down. He just stays up there.
Yeah,
Neither
fine.
will Ane.
Well, you entered the tavern so you have to.
You said to go back down to get food.
No, I said whoever came back down to get food or entered to get food or go to bed, give me a perception check, which is why
Right, that would be me and
me. It would be Minimus, Ane, and
whoa,
Alara.
what in the world? That's unheard
Never
of.
fails. You get D&D, and then you get the call.
Yep. Okay, for you three, all of you notice it. The two singers, the crimson-haired man and the platinum-haired man, they kind of eye you as you guys specifically, as you enter, come back down to get food, just get your keys, whatever. The platinum-haired man also pays special attention to Ane for a little bit before she disappears upstairs.
Munch, munch, munch. Very much paying attention to all that is happening. Not trying to hide his curiosity at all. But doesn't say or question anybody.
Ane does note them, but she's heading upstairs.
Okay.
I make a mental note to check into them later.
Okay.
Now, I unfortunately am going to have to ask you to repeat some of that because I had to pull away in order to shut my phone up.
Okay. Like I said, it's nothing.
Silver-haired.
Platinum-haired, actually. Platinum shiny hair. It almost seems silver, but almost seems like if you were to cut it off, you could actually sell it for platinum pieces. That's how nice it looks and how shiny it is. The other man, the crimson-haired man, they're both rather handsome, but as you walk in, you notice that both of them are kind of eyeing you. They're not eyeing you as if they're, making plans to attack or anything. They take special, they just take special note of you guys, as they're singing and performing. Trying to give you guys
Intuition check.
Okay.
Do I have that?
Wait, intuition or
Insight.
Yeah.
Insight check.
Okay,
What's going on in their brains?
Well, since you're not psionic and you can't read their minds.
No, I can't read their minds. Just body language.
They don't really seem to be threatening at all. They seem just interested in you guys. As you return around the same time as Ane, you notice that the platinum-haired man pays a little bit of special attention to her, but the crimson-haired man just kind of looks at you both and they just take your guys' appearance in and they just continue singing. They don't seem to have any ill intent.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. You're gonna roll low, I know it.
Wait a sec, I gotta do an extra roll.
Ooh,
Little advice there,
I got a
Aseroth.
20.
okay.
Never anticipate the roll because whatever it is you say it is going to be,
It
it's
is not.
usually not.
For the record, though, I said it hoping that she would not roll low, so a 20. The platinum-haired man, he's paying, as you notice, he's paying attention to you. It's not like he's thinking, I'd like a piece of that. It seems, you get an odd feeling, not bad, but just like, almost like a parent watching over their child, trying to make sure they're not in trouble, but it's, you've
There's
obviously,
a word for that.
you've obviously never seen this man before. Yeah, I know there's a word for that, and I can't remember what it is. You've obviously never seen this man before in your life. He's, as I said, he is quite handsome along with the other man. Just gives you a smile when he's not singing. However, while he is singing and you do... Shut up. As he is singing and you do notice this, the words that he starts singing at this specific time are, so have a good life, do it for me, make me so proud like you want me to be. Wherever you are, I'm thinking of you, oceans apart, I want you to know. And then he just kind of starts scanning the room again.
That was creepy. Good voice. Creepy.
It's actually one of the few songs I'm kind of okay at singing. That and Hallelujah. Yeah, and as you disappear back up the stairs, or not back up the stairs, but up the stairs, the singing keeps going on. They play actually several different styles, but it's all very calm. There's nothing too rambunctious. It's not going to keep you up. It's just, in fact, for those who are trying to sleep, it's actually putting them to sleep. It's very calming music and soothing, and as I said, it's almost magical, but not bardic.
Snooze.
As everyone is asleep,
Nice lively game of darts before I head upstairs.
yeah, there is a small area for that. There's a few people. Give me a few dexterity rolls real quick. With your proficiency bonus added in.
Dexterity with proficiencies, huh?
Yep.
Dexterity with proficiencies.
All of us?
No, just him. Just
Okay.
3 rolls. With the people you're playing with, they ask if you would like to wager some money. You notice that 2 of the ones you're playing with, there's 4 people in total, not including yourself, but 2 of them actually have bows on their back as well. You notice they are rangers. They ask if you want to ante up any gold before you play.
No. Just a friendly game, you know. Throw some darts at a wall and see how much chuckles you can get. I am not so foolish as to put my skill against a trained expert at archery. No, sir, no, not me.
Except you probably would have won at least something.
Well, that guy didn't do so well. That guy... yeah. And then for the other guys... Oof.
Maybe not.
Well, the other ones they did okay. They didn't do so great. The first ranger that went to throw up after you, just didn't come out right. He did okay. He didn't score as many points as you did. However, the second ranger, perfect every single time. He actually is not even really paying full attention while he throws. He's showing off, but he's very good at what he does.
See, what did I tell you? See, I'm smart. Taps his forehead.
Yes, yeah, you are. However, I just got a little lucky this time, but maybe if I see you in a bit, you might do well, but you might do better next time. I've just been, doing my job for a number of years.
Maybe someday.
I'm actually getting close to being selected for the Dragonborn ritual. I'm quite proud of that.
Raise one eyebrow. Ah, see? All the more reason to keep your mouth and your coin where they belong. At your side. Where you can buy important things like ale and apples.
Ah, I like how you see things. If you keep apples well enough and you get the right equipment, you could turn those apples
into applesauce. Yes, you're absolutely right. Takes a little bit of sugar and some cinnamon to make it just right. But, it's worth the wait. I agree.
Oh, I wasn't going to say applesauce. You like your ale? You can turn that apple into cider. Into hard cider if you do it right. You get best of both worlds. Apple and booze. Anyway.
What do you take me for, a lush?
No, I take you for someone who enjoys a good drink and likes his apples. Anyway,
he's got a grin on his face, so it's clear that he was just teasing.
Anyway, we are going to go retire. It is getting late, and we have to be up early morning, as I'm sure you do as well.
As a matter of fact, I think I do. I should probably get up there and get some rest.
Okay.
Good game, guys.
Yes,
good game.
Yes, good game. The ones that were not rangers, the first guy that threw after you, he was kind of disappointed in himself. He just kept after the first throw, he kept missing. But you go up to your room. Everybody's room number is marked on their key, so it's almost impossible to mix up your rooms. They are right next to each other. There's 2 on each side of the hall, so you guys are close, but unless you're blackout drunk, you're not gonna.
Oh, no. He's got resistance to poisons and stuff, so he's fine.
Okay, so everybody goes...
Before she goes to bed, we'll be playing her violin a little bit.
Okay.
Knock that shit off!
Yeah. And once you guys, you do go to bed, and, there are some people that hear the violin, and they enjoy it. It adds a little bit to the music that's playing downstairs. But morning comes, and with the morning, give me some Constitution checks. Not saves, just checks. Just
all of us.
Yes, unless you don't sleep. Do you sleep?
It's like a meditation, and he has lucid dreams. So they're technically he can dream whatever he wants to dream, but he does kind of sleep.
Okay.
So it's like a short.
Then yeah, give me one as well.
Ah. The save was 17, but the regular one was 2. What the hell?
You need 2 or just the 1?
Just the 1. She just rolled the save by accident. You wake up, you're not groggy at all. You feel very well rested. It's around 7:15 right now, you can tell roughly by the sun. When you walk out, however, downstairs, it's very quiet. But there's nobody else that accepted the job is downstairs yet either. They're all still asleep. It seems the effect of the music maybe put them out for a little bit longer. You might wanna wake them up. You might be thinking they're just getting ready. You're not sure. You just know they're not downstairs yet. Get a breakfast or something before you head out, or check on them. Do what you want to do.
Nah, would Ane know that they were all near her?
Yes, you were told that you guys will all be. When you got your key, you were told that you guys are all like in the 4 rooms in the back of the hall. They're the only 4 luxury rooms on the 2nd floor. So the doors are very ornate, made out of wood. The key, it is metal, but just for a druid. But it's.
I'm pretty sure druid can still touch metal. They just don't like it.
Don't they get? Can't they not use their powers if they're touching metal? Or is that only a 3.5 thing?
Druids cannot wear metal armor, but they can still use metal weapons.
Okay, so that
It
is
depends.
just.
There's like a class called the Warden, which cannot even use metal weapons, but that's a homebrew class.
Okay, so that's a 3.5 thing then, where they lose their powers while they're touching metal. Then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll just kind of ignore the metal for the most part. Yeah, they're all there. You can tell each one. Definitely, they're all locked. Except for, I don't know if Pitches is locked.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Ane will knock, starting with the door right next to hers.
Right next, like on the same side? Across,
Yes.
Okay. Char, give me a another Constitution check with advantage is the word I was looking for.
With bonuses.
Nope. Just with advantage.
All of us, or just?
Just you. She's knocking on your door.
Oh, jeez. Constitution with advantage. Where did that go?
You wake up. You hear the knocking on the door.
He falls out of bed. There's a large clunk, 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 clunk. He's like, "Troll's balls!"
And with waking
Who is
up,
it?
with waking up like this, just for the record, you don't feel groggy at all. You get the same effect as she did. Well rested. You feel great.
Are you okay in there?
Yeah, fine. Just doing some exercises.
Okay.
You know, trying to keep myself, ready for the day.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we have to leave with the caravan soon.
Right. Be down in a few minutes. Gotta get my armor on. A couple more, 20, 30 more reps. I'll be down.
I feel like you're the kind of guy that would be doing push-ups, go from 5 to 100 because somebody pretty walked in.
Strictly speaking, he is a gladiator. He actually probably does do this
100 push-ups, but
calisthenics.
I still feel like you'd fudge the numbers.
Ane's gonna go to the next door and knock.
Directly across, or the one directly across from yours?
Directly across from the one I'm at.
Ken, give me a Constitution check. No advantage. You wake up from your meditation dream. You feel a little. You don't feel great. You don't feel bad. You just feel kind of normal, like you just had a little bit of a sleep there. No ill effects. Nothing good. But you do wake up.
And I hear like banging on my door.
Yes, you do.
it's more just like a gentle knock.
Does your character know Sylvan?
1 second. I do actually.
Yay.
Then, like, after
you don't understand him.
when he wakes up, he's like, I'm trying to come back. Mother, brother, sisters, I'll be back as soon as I can. And then he gets up, and after a short while, he opens the door. And again, it's like he has his hood over him, so you can't see any part of his body, and he just like stares.
Ane looks up at him because I imagine he's taller by what you've described.
Oh yeah.
He's like 6'6", but he's kind of crouching. He's trying to like give himself a low profile, though it's not doing very well. He's kind of like bulky with what seems like wings are like under his robes.
Ane is going to ask if he's all right.
I'm getting
So he speaks in common. When you heard the Sylvan, it sounded much better, but in common it's like rough and kind of like he's not used to speaking it. It's like fine,
Broken.
yes.
Ane speaks
Sort
to
of.
him in Sylvan, seeing as he seems to be more fluent.
Yes, I'm quite fine. Quite fine. Just.
By the way, is anybody else getting like
Nice to hear that language.
a dark crystal vibe with the bird people with the cloaks? Or is it just me?
Skeksis?
Yeah, those guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so everybody but one person is now awake.
Alright, I'm going to the last door.
Okay. That would be Lady
Knock,
with
knock.
the Constitution check.
After 2 knocks, the door explodes, and outward shattering of wood.
What the fuck?
Wow, you are dead asleep. Holy, like you actually hear snoring coming from inside of the room. A little loud snoring with that when they're like, you knock and you just hear.
Alright, I'm gonna do a louder knock this time.
Okay, advantage on this roll. Oh my god.
Nope.
Someone with a heavier fist want to knock?
Watch the next one be a 1.
Pitch is just gonna like put his hand on the door and it's like tap 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 with his finger.
I'm guessing it's louder than what she's been knocking.
Probably a little louder. So because his fingers are
body
made.
mass.
Yeah. All right, give me another roll with advantage. Okay, thank God I said advantage before you roll. You wake up. You are really groggy. You feel like you may have either overslept or underslept. You don't really know. It's one of those where it's just like, what time is
I come lunging out of bed and hurl the dagger I had under my pillow at
the door or at the pitch?
They're outside the door, so
Give me an attack roll.
oops, wrong one.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have regular dagger on here.
I mean, with the regular attack, you should be able to have a dagger that you would have to.
1d20 plus either strength or dexterity and your proficiency modifier, assuming that you have that skill, which you most likely do.
I'm just gonna roll flat out.
You can use the dice thing on the side.
Yeah.
I did.
Is there like some still so used to 5th edition 3.5? Is there like a penalty or something for throwing a weapon that's not normally thrown?
Daggers are throwing weapons.
Okay. Ooh.
At least I believe they are.
Goes right through the door, and they are now facing it.
Just the tip.
Just a tip.
Yeah, it kind of goes through the door a bit, and you see just a little shine of metal almost at eye level for Pitch. It's kind of between his fingers.
Away.
It's kind of between his fingers, like, oh, that was close.
Yes,
Where
even
did I put my boots?
Okay, with everybody up, I think I'm going downstairs, Anne says, now seeing the tip of the dagger.
Okay. When you go downstairs, you are actually greeted by a dark-skinned female elf. She's the one who's currently tending the bar. She's wiping down the counter, kind of cursing at the moment, just under her breath in Elven, just because it was a little bit of a mess from the guy the night before.
I'm gonna speak in elf and ask for tea.
She looks at you and says, "Oh, sorry. Yes. There you go. There's your dagger. Yes. Sorry. What kind of tea would you like to have?"
What do you have in house?
We actually have pretty much any tea you can think of. It's we get a lot of trade around through here, obviously. So we buy whatever we can for tea to suit our very rich patrons' needs.
I will take your recommendation on this.
We do have a new blend that came through. It's very similar to Earl Grey, but it's got a bit of a maple taste to it as well. I think you might enjoy it. It's a little sweet. It's not so much bitter. It's actually made with dried honey mixed in with the leaves before it's crushed up. It's very good.
300.
That sounds very good.
She gets you a small pot, enough for 2 cups, with a metal. What's the thing called? Like the tea bags, but not bags. Made of the steeper thingy.
Yes.
My brain is just.
A tea ball?
That's the word. My brain is full of fucking mush.
T-ball is a stick. Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. But a steeper works. That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's actually not in ball shape. However, it's a little cute. It sits at the edge of your cup, and you have 2 cups for now. It kind of looks like a cute little dragon.
It's a little cat trying to crawl out of the bowl,
Yeah, it's a little dragon just soaking in the hot water.
soaking its butt in your teacup.
Yeah. And it has the portion one portion of tea in it. You have a second one that is actually a little cat as well. I was tempted.
After getting all of his gear on, which takes a few, equipment on his back, he trudges downstairs, ready, roaring to go. All right. Ooh, is that bacon?
Yes, it is. We actually have several varieties cooking up at the moment. We've got your standard pork bacon, some turkey bacon, which is rather new, and we also have Waveron's bacon. It's I don't know if you'd like that one though. It's more for the
Sure. All 3.
all
And
3.
some egg. Maybe some pancakes too.
You sound
You got cakes?
well, we don't have cakes at the moment. We can
Pancakes?
Pancakes, yes. We have pancakes. What would you like to have with your pancakes? We have a few different varieties to have.
Bacon, eggs, and strawberries.
Would you like strawberry jam for your pancakes, or would you like another thing to top them off with?
Just strawberries.
All right. She writes down the order and sends it to the back. She gives you also
climbs up onto a chair and starts rubbing his hands together, eager for the morning meal.
You notice she gives you a bit of a wink and a smile too, and as she turns around, she's wearing decent clothes. Yes, she's wearing clothes. She's not naked. That's a different shop, and that's not in this town. uh, she's wearing decent clothing. She's slim in build. She's got white hair, kinda offsets her darker skin. Very beautiful, but you're not sure if she's just being friendly or if she likes people a little on the shorter side. She gets
Give her a nice grin back, and yeah, he's still like doing the whole warming his hands up, waiting for his meal, kind of thing.
It'll take a few minutes for the pancakes to be ready, but you'll have it in no time. Don't you worry. And what would you like for a drink?
Tea, I guess. Raspberry, please.
Raspberry tea? That won't be a problem at all. She gets you a small tea set for...
Hey, wait. Hey, lady, does raspberry tea go with strawberry jam?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, that works fine then. Perfect.
Yeah,
gives her a thumbs up.
She gives you a small tea set. Just 1 cup for you. But she does give you the 2 steepers, just enough for 2 drinks. And the water is not yet warm on either of the tea sets. They are, however, sitting on a stone that is slightly glowing, not red hot, but as it sits on the stone, you can actually tell that it is warming up the tea, the water.
Whoa, that's pretty neat.
Well, yes, we are not as advanced with magic as the capital over in Lande, but we do have some nice magic tools here. Makes things a lot easier for our more richer clients. They don't like doing things for themselves sometimes, but that's how the rich are sometimes.
Whatever.
Alright, anybody else coming down for food?
Pitch heads down, but he just like sits near the party. But when asked if he wants anything, he just shakes his head. I'm fine.
Okay, the elven woman raises a bit of an eyebrow. It's not uncommon for people to not eat all that much. She knows that there are some special cases, certain classes, certain races that actually don't require to eat for sometimes even months at a time, but she just kind of gives you a bit of an odd look.
And
but she still smiles.
Halflings, on the other hand, are known for eating quite a bit, despite their size.
What about elevensies?
Second breakfast.
Lady, you coming down for breakfast, or are you gonna stay up there till it's time to go?
I'm gonna retrieve my dagger, grab up all my stuff, head downstairs. Gonna order some.
Give me a strength check to try to recover your dagger.
Shit.
It's stuck in there good, but after a few good tugs, it starts to loosen and comes right out. You almost fall on your butt, but you stumble back. You can head downstairs.
Gotta love level 1.
I know,
Wiggle,
right?
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. It's good stuff.
Yeah, your food is out by now, and the party's down there. This will actually be a good time for everybody to introduce yourselves to each other, as you will be traveling together for a few days. Probably a good idea.
So he's sitting there chewing on his bacon, fork in hand, piece of a bacon stuck at the end of it. So what's you guys' deal? You all look a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Motley Crewish. Turning head from one person to the next.
Man, everybody's so
No,
Um,
nobody talks.
Alara just kind of stares out from behind her mask. Get the impression that she's kind of annoyed with the talking.
Ugh. Is it gonna be one of those trips? Alright, fine.
Pitch says, I just want to go home.
Oh, where do you live?
Far away. The Feywilds, you call it. I don't know why I'm here, but I just want to go home.
Feywilds. Sorry, I am literally not familiar with that place at all. Is that north of Baldor?
At this point, Alara just kind of sighs with annoyance and just goes back to eating her.
I've heard the way it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's not of this world. It's near it, but not it. I can't explain myself. I've lived there as far as I can remember, and I don't know why I'm here.
Huh. Well, how long have you been stuck here?
It's been going on a few weeks now.
Shoving more
I've
food in his mouth.
I've gotten used to it, sadly, but I just looking for a way to get home.
Well, at the very least, the job will help us to a bit of money so that you can like maybe buy some wizardry stuff to get you home. That's a good
Yes,
plan, right?
yes, that's what I hope.
I have confidence. There's lots of powerful peoples. All we gotta do is find the right one. I take it the other two don't like to talk much, huh? Kind of like does the head bob.
Ane looks at him. No, it's not that. You're just having a conversation with him. It seems rude to interrupt.
Oh, well, I apologize. He gives you like a little bit of a mock bow with his spoon as his hand gesture. He says, "What about you, miss?"
I travel here and there. My mother was a bard, so we traveled and she earned money.
So what makes you want to do the whole adventure thing?
I just, traveling with her has made me just want to travel more. And seeing all the different wilds and the people have been interesting, and sharing stories.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. To me, it just seems like kind of easy money if you get what I'm saying. Follow a bunch of wagons to a new location, stab anything that tries to like take your stuff, and make sure nobody dies if you can.
This is true. What brings a gladiator out away from his arena?
Easier money. Pretty much the simple of it right there. Gladiating is it's all fine and good, but eventually it gets old. You need something new. Besides, there's always somebody bigger, stronger, faster. Eventually, you're gonna get your head caved in. You know, go onto the road, do the whole adventuring thing if you get the opportunity, which I am fortunately to say that I have been given the opportunity. And maybe a little bit of extra coin, a little bit easier than running around in a ring. Well, a bunch of other people try to run you over with something. You know what I'm saying? I guess you had to be there.
I do kind of get it, yeah.
as you guys talk for a bit, almost forgetting a bit of the time, you see somebody walk in and notice all four of you and wave you on. It's like, guys, come on, you're gonna be late for the caravan. We
But
got to
bacon.
get... Well, eat it on the run.
Ah,
Make it pocket bacon.
fine. Starts stuffing his pockets. Pancakes, pockets. Slurp down the eggs real quick. Grabs his gear. Chunk, 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 out the door.
Alright, so you guys meet at the west gate of the city. The guy that came in for you actually leads you down there. You see two or three three wagons. Each has their own driver, and there's also there's horses on standby in case you guys want to use horses, or if you guys want to ride in the carts.
Ooh, definitely riding in the cart. Short little legs.
There's a pony
I'm
for you as well.
talking to the horse.
Yeah, but if I can get somebody else to do the driving, I'm all for it.
Okay. You're talking to the horse. The horse. Which horse? One of the ones on the wagon, or one of the ones that? Did you say?
One of the riding ones to see if it'll let me ride it.
It kind of looks at you. It's never been talked to before. It's definitely unusual for it, but it kind of gives you a bit of a nod and lowers its head to let you on. It's already saddled up and everything. It doesn't seem like it's uncomfortable for it. The saddle itself is rather comfortable for you as well.
Just out of curiosity,
Yes.
taking a gander at the people that I am traveling with again. Two females and a male, but what kind of builds are we looking at? All human, or I know
hard to
one's an
tell.
Arakaka, or at least something that resembles Arakoka.
He's a burb.
Aarakocra?
Yeah, it's Aarakocra.
Arakokra.
And yeah, he's a burb.
Yeah, so he's definitely an unusual type. Definitely worth paying attention to and keeping an eye on. And the other two, we've got one all hoodie and dark and mysterious and don't look at me and stop talking. So, but human or elf, half elf, Goliath? What kind of stature are we looking at here?
She's tall and kind of slim, you know, kind of has that elfish build about her, but you really can't tell if she's like half elf or full on. You can see that she has kind of silver hair, it spills out from the hood, but the mask completely covers her features and her armor covers like her entire throat.
So she's not. Yeah, okay. So she's elf,
covered.
somewhere between human and elf, most likely.
Possibly.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. She's not a gnome, and she's not a halfling. She's not a dwarf. So
No.
those would be the obvious, easy ones to pinpoint. And what about? I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. Annie.
Anne.
Anne. What am I looking at for Anne?
Anna's about middle build. She's neat. She's not like lithe like most elves, but she's definitely not as bulky as a human.
Okay.
Tall-ish.
Tall as in over 6 foot?
No, definitely under 6 foot. But tall to you.
That is not hard. He's almost 3 feet tall.
She has silver eyes, so she's definitely not full half elf, but it's a mix.
Okay. So it's essentially bird, human-ish, and halfling. So our caravan is primarily humans, I assume?
Okay, I can do it that way. Yes, you have two of the drivers are human. However, one of them is a catfolk.
Ooh.
There we go.
Cool.
That's a good size. This is going to be the token for moving you guys around the map for now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Pitcher's going to try to go to one of the horses and see if it like minds him or
The horse kind of looks at you a little oddly, but it's not quite sure if it can tell there's not something quite right about you, but it'll let you ride it.
Okay, I try to calm it down like give some pets. Should I do animal handling?
Sure. Okay, why won't you let me do text, you stupid? Yeah, it calms down a bit. It lowers its head and then lets you get on. It is definitely a much bigger horse. It was prepared just in case you wanted to ride a horse. Definitely strong built. It's very muscular. It should be able to take your weight without any little issue. Also, yes, I know it's a bat, but I call it Scree.
Sure.
He's adorable.
Take your a little too tiny to actually see, but
Well, you gotta zoom in.
could, but then I wouldn't be able to see the map.
That's true.
So, Mr. Driver person.
The catfolk looks at you as the one at the head of the caravan. Yeah.
Okay, that works. You are a fabulous looking person. Would you mind a little bit of company?
Well, not at all. Not with those kind of compliments.
Well, I am one of those guard type people, I guess. And to be completely honest with you, I don't want to slow the caravan down. If we get into a fight, I'll hop off and, kick some butt and all of that. But if I try and walk along by myself, I'm not going to be able to keep up. So, I figured, cart, a little bit easier, get us where we got to go faster, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that won't be a problem at all. It's always nice to have company on these journeys.
Great. He starts lugging he puts his gear on his pony and has the pony like follow behind, tethered to the cart, and climbs up into the seat next to the cat guy, the tabaxi, and just has a grand old conversation about everything and anything that we'll talk about.
As you guys are talking while everybody's getting ready, you kind of hear almost a very quiet, content purr coming from him. I don't know what your character's into. I'm giving you options.
Nope, he's not even noticing. He's content. Cats purr when they're content.
Lady, are you going to be on a cart, on a horse? Not in a horse. We're not doing a tauntaun scene. Someone's going to be freezing to death here.
No freezing to death.
Yeah, it's early summer, so
Good, because I didn't buy cold weather gear.
did Lady poof? Did she fall asleep?
It's possible.
Yeah, it is kind of hard doing it early in the morning, so kind of makes sense. We have somebody AFK at the moment, which I noted.
Sorry, is that me? I'm back.
That's okay. Are you going to be on one of the carts, or are you going to be taking a horse?
I'll be taking a horse.
Okay. The horse doesn't pay you any mind. It just kind of is sitting there, eating a bit of hay, let you get on it without any issue.
Well-trained animals.
Yes, we do our best, and our employer likes to have those that he employs and those that he owns to be trained properly. We don't need any uh, injuries. After all,
Oh, hey, are these combat trained?
they won't flee if that's what you're asking, but
Basically, yeah.
I wouldn't ask them to run headlong at a monster or a bandit. They won't do it. They'll buck you off first.
Fair enough. What about the pony?
Pony is also combat trained, but he's a bit more ballsy.
Ha! That makes sense. Short guys gotta learn to be tough, don't we? Kind of sort of talking to the pony.
The pony it makes a noise of agreement as if it kind of understands what you're saying, just knows it's talking to you and that you're talking to it, and it's just kind of being a little encouraging.
Right?
I nudge my horse away from the hay and start heading towards the carriage.
Okay, now we just need just there. She's back now. She can choose where she's going to be sitting. All right, no, she picked a horse. That's right. So we got 3 on horses, 1 on the carriage. The lead of the caravan says, "Right, let's head out." And you guys start moving. You guys will be moving at a normal pace. I really, really wish I could get tokens to stop snapping.
Hold shift.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Still snapping.
Hold shift? Or is it alt? Pretty sure it's alt. Might be control, actually. One of those 3.
It is alt. So let's say I gotta. Where is it? Snap the center from here. No, I don't want snapping. That's no snapping. Here, so 24 would be about 12. That's 24 miles. Shit. Hang on. Conversion. Fucking Americans. 12 miles to. Okay, so 19-ish. So that'll be from here to right about here. And right about. So you guys make it about this far before they take a break. It's been 4 hours, but they just don't want to push their the horses too much, and they're not going to be stopping for too long, just about an hour or so, just to have their lunch and everything, and feed the horses. Give me perception checks, everybody. Okay. Now, how do I...
My passive is higher than that.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, if your passive is higher, then you just go with passive.
Now, how do I roll to GM?
Whisper GM. W/W GM, I think, or something
Well,
like
I
that.
meant dice roll. Oh, hang on. Okay, that's selected, so that should be... I don't know if you guys saw this, but... okay, where is the...
We did.
Oh, well. Yay!
Oh, excuse me.
95? What the?
It's the percentile roll. Don't worry about it. And I need to get a better... I need to just Google something real quick because I need to make sure it's not too difficult. Because my generator is being a dink.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
And you keep working your stuff. I'm just chatting to fill space. My little booger character here is less than 40 pounds. Is equipped with standard gear, 3 times as heavy as he is. That's just messed up. His armor, chainmail, is 25 pounds heavier than he is.
Well, now I know how Graprov feels.
Well, I know, I get it. I'm just like, that is just weird. Well, all right, it's not 25, it's more like 14 or something, but still, that's just the armor.
Yeah, but that being said, Graprov has like a strength of 6, so your character is a lot stronger than him, while being
Oh,
about
yeah.
the same size.
Yep.
Okay.
I assume that that's just for convenience, that their gear is probably a lot lighter than that, because it's smaller size and stuff. But rather than make it complicated, you just kind of stick to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be nice if they had like a conversion thing for smaller to heavier versions of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because all they have is Barding, which is like supposed to be twice as heavy, 4 times the price, but still, that's.
That is not a challenge rating of 4.
Challenge rating of 4 is actually pretty high.
Yeah, I'm, like I said, used to 5th edition. Or not 5th edition, no. Okay, I'm gonna not go for that kind of animal then. Let's go with this one. How do I even... Images.
How is that chiseled?
Okay. Sovereign. Fuck off. Holy crap, finding a certain thing is just... Too... Oh, if I could find it. Just something good for you guys. You know what, we'll go with this one, because fucking... Because this is going to be easy to find, roll up, everything. Okay. One of those. Okay, now that that's set up, and I can cut some of that crap out. You guys are here. You guys are about right here. Put your tokens on the board if you don't mind.
I need to get a token.
I need to change my token.
Oh, maybe like that.
about to have some combat, I think.
Yep, not one of those, because that would just be unfair. We'll go with... right about here in the distance for... Ane, Pitch, and Alara, you guys all see, from this distance, kind of looks like a horse, but something seems a little off. Pitch actually notices, even from this distance, that it's not okay. There's pieces of it missing. Part of its side and face, and almost seems like it shouldn't even be walking. Yeah, but you rolled a 23, so...
No, I just looked at my stats and I have a 14 AC, 14 passive perception, 14. Yeah,
Immediately slide off the horse and kind of like stealthily go into the.
Yeah, I warned party. Something's not right with that horse.
So you stealth and you go there.
He stands up in the seat and looks out. Try to spot this thing.
What's up with your token? It's just.
He
What the
doesn't
hell?
have one yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have one yet.
Well, go get like a thingy of Frodo and put it on there.
I did. It's a little blue Frodo. You can't see that?
I'm not
Isn't that
amused.
beautiful?
If, for the record, if you don't have one by next week, I'll just give you Golem.
Are you trying to threaten me? Because that didn't work.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good Golem either. So, yeah, wait, where does it sticks? I sometimes hate my phone. Because I'm not using my computer to do some of this, just so that way it captures just this. This one dex does not have a initiative, so... Okay. Now, how in the hell do I add a token that doesn't have a character?
Try dragging the name onto the board.
Well, I mean, I didn't generate a character for it or anything. It's just using the token and... as I randomly generated it. But... yeah. Just for a quick, I'll just do... horse. Okay, that actually was kind of creepy. Just put that there. Alright. So, yeah. Initiative for everybody. Not a surprise round. You have been rolling really poorly.
I know, what the fuck?
You just didn't give you a fucking thing. Okay.
So we're gonna fight the undead horse.
You guys can. You can try to go around it. But it's kind of like right there, and you guys are going to have to take that road to go past it.
I feel like it'll probably attack us.
Yeah, it probably will.
But it is just a
also,
horse.
also, as you guys get ready for combat, the catfolk driver is looking at you a little panicked and saying, "There's not supposed to be undead here. This isn't right. The undead are they're supposed to be over in Nurgle." And he's very
Okay.
panicked and visibly shaken that there's an undead over this way.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, maybe it just wandered out. Better grazing over here.
It's
Grass
undead. It doesn't
brains.
eat.
Grass brains.
It wants to hear the screams of fungus as it eats. Okay.
He grabs, equips, yes. Draws his 2 hand axes. Says, well then, I guess it's time to go to work. Hops off the cart. This is going to be a challenge.
Yes, it is. I mean, probably not, but...
Let's see. How do I do this? How do you do this? Get rid of that turkey. He's no good.
Okay, I didn't... Oh, you got rid of your thing. I was like, I didn't do that. I don't think I
That was
did.
me. Hair's not the right color, but it worked. You know, Mr. Cat Guy, the one thing about being a halfling that is really cool is you're really short. The downside is, it takes forever to get where you're going.
Let's see, damage.
Oops.
Okay, so you're done with yours, or once you add your thing back in,
I don't remember what I rolled.
you rolled an 18.
18.
Still on there. Still on the chat.
Gotcha. Sure. I'll re-roll. Where did I put my token? And then just adjust.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't far off, though, so... Nope, up there. There you go.
So I get to go first?
Yes, you do. It's not a surprise round, so...
All right. Let's see here. What is the range on a throne? 20 and 60. Okay, so he is going to hoof it up the side of the truck. 25 feet. That's as far as he can go. And my God, that thing's still way far away. Hey, cow, come here.
It does nothing to your attempts to taunt it. It ignores your attempts.
He is going to double dash, I guess. Still too far away. That's his action.
Six. Okay, Pitch. It's be your turn.
Pitch is just going to move up to where Minius is, and he's just going to try to coo it, trying to like calm down the beast. Not quite sure what's going on, but he's trying to see if he can I don't know, like animal handling it, try to get it to like not to bother us and just go on its way.
Roll a disadvantage. It just doing that actually seems to almost aggravate it. It makes a weird, ungodly noise with that. It's eerie and definitely not something a horse should be making. It's not so much a screeching as almost bones scraping.
That's very weird.
You made it mad.
Was that my action, or could I equip my shield?
Move. Yeah, you can equip your shield. That's a bonus action.
All right. Well, shield is supposed to be a main action, but it
No, I
depends on
meant
levels,
the animal handling would be.
Okay, then all right,
Yeah.
then that's my turn.
Okay. Ane, your turn. Also, for some reason, it's not letting me friggin' whisper rules.
Okay, I heard you.
I want to get some help with this thing, but it's not letting me whisper my rolls.
You may not be able to whisper to yourself, although you can if you have the monster's character sheet set it so that it does it automatically.
Yeah. How do I find those, anyways? I'm
Character
such
sheets.
an idiot. I forgot about the compendium.
I'm going to move up.
Okay. Just gonna.
And I'm going to send an ice knife at it.
A nice knife.
Ice knife.
Ice knife. Okay. Yes. Just. It's a wisdom save for that. Okay, I will pull that up. I'm just gonna. Okay, it should be doing that anyways. Okay, so I'm guessing that's full damage. Yeah,
I believe so.
yeah, it'll be full damage because I got no. So it's 8, 16, 20. That is quite a bit of damage. And that's I'm guessing a first level spell?
It is.
Okay, that makes sense. The ice knife that forms in front of you and launches forward, pierces right through its head. The skin that was around it, around where you hit, freezes and shatters and falls off, revealing more of the skeleton underneath. It's definitely a fresh, dead horse, but it's cracked skull, it's not looking so good, and it's starting to make some very weird noises. It's distressed, panicking. Anything else?
That's all from me.
Okay, horse. It's to do. I'll move right over to here. And it's gonna hoof ya. It's gonna hoof ya there. Whew.
Holy shit.
That it's.
Yeah. Thank God I did not set it to its full damage. Because despite the fact that it's a low challenge rating, it's got weird stats. So 5 damage.
Hey now, that's not friendly. Ow!
And as you react and as it hits, it makes this sound. Alright, it is the next turn order.
Alright. I'm gonna go over here. And with my bow, gonna shoot at it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fail. Oh wait, no, that was a short sword.
Okay, I was gonna say, that's a...
And I still fail.
What the fuck? You pull back the drawstring on your bow and you let loose. However, the fact that where you aim is nothing but bone, it kind of shoots right between where you would have hit flesh and goes sailing past its butt right into a tree behind it.
I guess it's the end of my turn.
Okay. Minimus.
Minimus will stroll underneath the damn thing, come out the other side.
I feel like if you are going underneath it, I feel like it should be able to stomp you, but yeah.
It would be, except
the halfling
he
nimbleness.
has halfling nimbleness. And as he's going through, he's going to take 2 slashes at the thing's belly.
All right,
One
go ahead.
with the right hand and with his bonus action with his left hand. 23 to hit for the right hand.
Okay.
15 to hit with the left hand.
Both hit.
He gets to use...
Nice.
He has 2 weapon fighting, so he gets to add damage bonus on both.
Alrighty
Oh,
then.
sorry, that's not the wrong thing. 8 for the first swing and 3 for the second.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Lucky attack rolls, ability checks, and savings throws. Okay, never mind.
Well, even if you were to have to take like 4 off of that, I'm still gonna say these words, especially because this is the first combat of the game. How would you like to do this?
With grace and style. He is a gladiator after all, so he makes it as showy as fucking possible. He slices underneath the thing, comes up behind it, hacks off both of the back legs, jumps onto its back, runs down the back of its neck, and then sticks both axes into the top of its head. Then jumps off and rolls onto the ground, puts his axes into his thing, and then starts strolling back to the cart. Doesn't even look at the thing.
Alrighty. As you do that, the pieces that you did not cut just kind of crumble and fall apart as if it was being held together. Obviously, it was being held together by some force. And just kind of lays there. It's not making any more sound. And the glow in its eyes that you didn't really notice before, but as you got up closer, there was this sickly green glow in one of its eyes, or eye socket, fades.
He's not paying attention to that. He's just strolling back, whistling. When he gets back to Ian, he's like, "Nice Ife trick," and heads back to the cart.
As he
Okay.
passes me, I kind of say to him, "You realize we have to move it out of the road, right?"
Oh, I'm too short for that. He keeps going to the cart. When he gets up to the cart, he says, "We can go around that, right?"
Yeah, there shouldn't be too much of an issue with that.
Whew, that's a good thing. Wow, that thing bit me hard. He starts rubbing his shoulder.
Oh, I don't
Oh.
think it really bit you. It just kind of smacked you with its hoof.
I want
Is
to
that
look
what he did?
around real quick and make sure there's no other undead and the
Do you
Think
need me to
that's-
heal you?
perception, yeah.
Oh, hey, can you do that?
Never mind. What is with these rolls? Holy crap.
Maybe you need a different color set of dice.
As you look around, you don't really notice anything. While they can go around it, the
Okay,
bones.
that one was better.
The bones are kind of sprawled out on there. The ground will eventually absorb it, but it will
Is
probably.
it wearing a saddle?
No, but it does have a little bit of barding on it.
Damn.
Also, I seriously need to figure out how to add a character sheet from the compendium to.
I don't know how to do the compendium because the campaign that I am currently running has them all pre-made for me. But you can create a character sheet, like you were giving it to a player,
Yeah.
and use that. And when you set it up, you can set it up as an NPC, and that might be what you need to do. I'm not sure.
And
I'll look into it sometime and get back to you.
okay, so you guys are going to leave it as is, get back on your carts and horses and everything?
Well, I mean, Minimus, he climbs up onto the cart and tries to pretend like he's not. Well, no, he's playing it up like he got wounded really, really bad. But still pretty happy with himself. And he's like, well, we can move it. And we can get them to help move it or whatever. But if we can just go around it, that would probably be faster.
I'd like to inspect the body of the creature.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm also investigating it.
Okay, both of you give me an investigation check then.
Ah, face
I can't assist her.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and assist her.
So then it'd be a 17.
Okay.
21. I get an extra D4.
Okay. Also, give me an Arcana check if you have proficiency in it.
I don't think I do.
I do.
I'll give you advantage because of your roll. I need to friggin' change this up. I'll change that later. As you check out the body, the flesh is that was there is now falling off. It's not dissolving exactly, but it's, if you were to touch it, even with a stick, it would kind of almost turn to liquid. It was what once looked like solid. Go away, activate Windows. What once looked like solid is now is now turning into this liquid, sick. Doesn't really smell terrible. It's just kind of smells like the faint smell of rotting flesh. However, as you get the ichor, as you get closer to it, you feel like there's still magic in its bones. Something that should have faded is still there. And the more you inspect it for the next few seconds, you actually see a little bit of movement in the bones again. What should be dead, what should be dead again, may not be fully.
I'm gonna stab at it.
You're gonna stab at it, okay? Give me an attack roll. Okay. You stab at it and you just kind of shatter a bit of a rib that was there. But the bones start shaking and creaking violently now. There's definitely something not right. Even something brought back by a necromancer normally should not be able to get back up once you kill it again. But there's
See, he looks over his shoulder. See, now that's why you don't fight the undead in the gladiatory rings, because you can never trust them to stay down when you're supposed to stay down. You lost, horse. Just deal with it.
the skeleton horse starts to reform as you start yelling at it. The catfolk and even one of the humans starts telling you guys to get away, and they say this is not normal. Even those that are brought back by the undead god, stay down. This is the work of something. Run!
I'm gonna reach in my pack, grab a flask of oil in my tinderbox, dump the oil on the horse.
See?
And-
See?
And you light it on fire?
Yep.
Okay, before it can fully reform, you dump the oil onto it and you light it on fire. The noise that emits and the smell are both off-putting, almost kind of making you want to throw up. It makes a screech that a bone should not be able to make, and its body and even the ichor that was left behind fade into dust and disappear.
I look back over my shoulder. You're welcome. Next time, finish the job, halfling.
Well, I could have done it all on my own, but then you guys wouldn't have had anything to do. So, I was just being nice.
Okay, fine. I'll look at somebody else's sheet.
Obviously not.
Give me perception and investigation rolls for everybody.
Perception. Investigation. No, you're right. I didn't even think of that. Generally speaking, when you kill something, it stays killed.
Never assume.
Also, you rolled persuasion.
I did?
No, minimus.
Perception.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let's see from top to bottom. Pitch.
Hey, I'm just a gladiator, I do what I do. And still learning. I'm still learning. But all right. I'll have to come up with some sort of flame thing to make sure dead things stay dead.
Anna, your perception investigation.
When I reach the carriage again, I look at him when I'm much closer up. You owe me a flask of oil.
I don't know you shit.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. All right. While Pitch doesn't really know how the I actually wasn't being sarcastic, but I'm guessing that was for you.
No, I was adding it to get into the habit. I get a 23.
Okay. While Alara and Minimus, they don't notice or hear anything out of the ordinary besides just the sounds of the forest that's around them right now, because you guys are getting close to the edge. Both Pitch and Ane hear almost what sounds like cursing in a language you're not familiar with. You can tell by the tone and the sound that it was definitely an angry curse. You also hear we also hear and see a bit of rustling of leaves off to the left, and a cloaked figure running away. Ane, however, from your travels and learning from and what you've learned, you know that, as they said, undead do not rise like that. That there was some dark magic involved with that. However, you have heard rumors of undead doing this, being created or brought back with a bit of troll essence. And the only way to really get rid of them is either with a powerful magic spell or by burning the body.
You're welcome.
You're very clever. I concede my expert dispatching to your more capable hands. He bows.
I'd be more flattered by that if I had more.
Well, I can't help you with that. I'm poor. I don't have any way.
Okay. Actually, the human that was in the back, the last of the caravan, pipes up a bit and says, "Oh, I got a bit of oil for one of the lanterns. Kind of stocked up a bit, but I'll give it to you for taking care of that undead abomination that was... Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares of that thing and the sounds it made for a while," but he gives you a flask of oil.
My thanks. And I slip it into my pack.
Okay. And Pitch kind of points at the guy running away. Ane, you gonna say anything about it too?
I did note it.
Yeah.
And can
well,
I
if you're
entangle
gonna go
it?
after him, then I'd go after him. But there's no way. Look at the legs on that guy.
You can try. I need to check out what entangle is.
It lets me cast from about the range is 90 feet, and I can cast grasping vines sprout from the ground in a 20 feet square, starting from the point within range for the duration these plants turn. I'm just gonna post it.
Okay. Minutes. Range. Okay, Alara, you see the cloaked figure as well. The robes on the cloak actually does look a little familiar to you, but you can't quite figure out why. It's kind of at the back of your head. It's definitely not anyone you would recognize or something you would normally be like, oh, I'm very intimately familiar with this type of markings or anything like that, but
I'm gonna jump on my horse and take off after him.
He's in the trees and brush near some thick stuff, so...
shit.
As you cast Entangle, the figure that was there turns to a smoke just as the roots and the vines and everything sprout out from the ground, and he disappears far into the forest.
The robes that this individual is wearing, do they by chance are they similar to the ones of the individuals that showed up the other night? All high and mighty?
You mean the ones that were singing?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
These robes are dark with a little bit of gold trim on them, and what you do notice, specifically Pitch and Ane notice when he turned around, as you guys didn't exactly get to see him in time fully, the marking on the back, it's not a symbol that even you would have seen. There would be... It's weird, almost like it's a beast of some sort that just, it gives you this weird feeling of dread just kind of looking at it, but you're not sure why. It has horns, and it's almost red in color, but almost seems to be shifting a bit as well. Again, you're not familiar with it. There's, even with Ane's well-traveled life, she has never heard any mention of a symbol like this. But as he disappears, that feeling of dread and unease quickly goes away as well.
I suggest we go around the thing.
It's already gone. I burned it.
Yeah, it turned to dust. There's
Right,
nothing
but
left.
I'm just in case. Don't ride through the sludge.
Now, there's not even sludge left. The bones, the ichor, the flesh that was left behind, everything that was there has...
Well, you can ride through it if
gone
you
away.
want, but I'm gonna walk around it.
Okay. So you guys are now... Now that that's been taken care of, you guys pick up your pace again, and you start heading back to where you were supposed to be heading.
And,
I'm gonna
No, so-
ask Pitch Black and the elf what word he's, like, what it sounded like. I'm curious to know if I know it or not.
What sounded like?
The word, like the curse, like what did
Oh,
he?
okay, like what he
what
said.
it sound-
What they heard, again, it was a very strange language. I'm just trying to think what it would be close to. You're not... Ooh, that actually... It sounded sort of similar to Sylvan, but it clearly wasn't. There was a bit more of a growl to it in the way it was said, despite the fact that the voice, that the person that said it, even though you couldn't see it, would not normally be able to make that kind of sound. It's... While it wasn't giving you any sort of uneasy feeling like the symbol did, there was definitely something not quite right about the language itself. It was... It's almost like it was a new language. It seemed off. Almost a little creepy.
Alright, let's continue.
Alright, but... Yeah, I was about to say, because it's getting to 1 o'clock. Well, I'll move you guys up to the next bit. I'm not gonna do any rolls or anything. Just... Oops. Have you guys... I'm gonna have to actually measure this out, because...
Reasons.
Yeah, it doesn't like showing me the distance when I'm alt. So, let's say roughly about here. Yeah.
You can also drag and do the Q.
Yeah, but if I do that, it also kind of like... It doesn't show it properly, it just shows from the point that it's at to the center of the thing. So, it's... Yeah. So you guys are right here right now. You start setting up your camp. You get your They get the campfires going. The wagons are kind of circled around it a bit to give a bit of shelter from the wind that's coming in from the ocean as it blows towards the mountains. Which you can actually see the mountain range down to the south in the distance. There's some snowy peaks. Yes, that one there. Some snowy peaks. It's actually a really nice view from here. It blocks anything on the other side, and if you guys had been going directly along with it, it would have even blocked out the sun once it got low enough in the day. The sizes also vary in size, but it's a beautiful sight to behold. To your north, you have the Forest of the Elder. Definitely, there's definitely some interesting looking trees there. And off in the distance, you can actually see, if you decide to look that way, a tree that is much taller than the rest. It's said to be one of the first trees to ever sprout from in this land. They set up camp, they start cooking their food, and you guys are free to do what you want. We will give we will have this next week. For the video itself, I'm going to have to cut out some things. I'll be doing that Friday if I get the chance. And I'm going to be trying to post it on Saturdays. I was going to originally do Thursdays, do it a week at a time. But, I mean, look how long we played.
Yeah.
You have your weekend to listen to this or to watch it. So, I'm hoping every Saturday I will have this out. If not, I will do it every Sunday. It really just depends on how my work is going. It's 12 hours a day!
Yeah.
As we can't pitch, we'd like to crush a small piece of charcoal that he has and draw sleeping face. Draw on the sleeping face of one of his party members as a prank. Oh, that's... yeah. I should have said that out loud. Sorry! Yes, do that. Yes, do that.
Pitch is gonna try to draw on somebody's face.
And give me a... let's see, 1d6 roll. 1d6. Okay, then. Yeah, I will discuss that in chat later on. Just so we can wrap this up. Yeah, if you, like, you guys, when you guys are doing your watches and all that stuff, you don't see it. You don't see it. You don't see what he does. But it's not happening to you, I promise.
Alright, guys.
Alright. Good game, everybody, and we will be back next week. I'm hoping might get a little bit of, like I said, it's not happening to you, don't worry. I'm hoping to have a little bit of music for next time as well, like a little bit of ambiance.
No worries.
And hopefully I can find an actual encounter generator for 5th edition that won't be a giant dink. Because I had to pull that skeleton horse out of my ass, and you guys were supposed to fight 2 large enemies.
Oh.
Look, that's what the percentage roll was for, so what you guys would encounter if there's anything at all.
And 2 is nothing?
Yeah, there's supposed to be 2 of them. It wasn't supposed to be very hard, but everything I could find is large, and I kind of wanted to introduce you guys to a different plot element instead of this plot element. But the challenge rating was enough that you guys would have died immediately, so I wasn't going to do that.
Well, first level characters are kind of like that. Generally speaking, stick to 1/4 and 1.5 at best.
Yeah, this was a half, and if I had put in its full attack, it probably actually would have killed you.
Maybe if it did.
2d6 was its damage.
Yeah, it's possible.
And it also would have...
the danger.
Yeah. I'm not trying to... Like, I'm trying to not baby you guys, I think is the word I'm looking for. I'm just trying to
Coddle.
I'm not trying to coddle. I'm trying, like, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an encounter that wasn't too difficult for your first one. Be a little interesting, but it decided to give you a large creature, and yeah, undead. It was either that or a troll, and that wouldn't have worked out very well.
Yeah. All right then, guys. I'm gonna call it. I gotta go to bed. I have to work tonight. So good game. Thank you very much.
All right,
That
good
was
game,
fun.
everybody.
Talk to you
And
soon.
for everybody watching, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good game. Have a nice day.